It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026, and this is a bonus episode of the one episode rule. Hello, sound off, everyone.
Ah! Oh, you meant like introduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope it clipped like that in the audio. For
Yeah, that's really
It
good. Because you went,
me.
Oh, good.
oh yeah, I think I'm first. Hi, I'm Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Hello, everyone. I like this show. I'm on it almost every time.
Most of it, yeah.
I'm on most of it. Welcome to our guest hosts today. Points.
Hello, I am Emma. I was on this podcast, and then I wasn't, and now I sometimes am.
Every now and then.
And it's
That's a treat.
always a delight.
Oh, come on.
And I am Samus. Apparently, I've been on the last few special episodes consecutively, which was not intentional.
That just kind of shook out that way.
But you've seen
I'm
some
here
real
again.
bangers.
I've seen some real bangers of anime movies. This is true.
And if we do Macross, it'll happen again.
It'll happen again.
Yeah. I mean, this is another banger that we're gonna watch today.
Yeah. How much experience does everyone here have with the general franchise of Ghost in the Shell?
I have only seen this movie, but I've seen this movie like at least twice in my life. And I've read the manga. I've read the original manga, and I happen to own the original like manga in Japanese.
Wow.
At least the first volume of it, completely by accident. I just inherited it.
We got a fan
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I just happened to have found it in my life.
Okay. I definitely have seen several episodes of it on Adult Swim, but it was one of those shows that always came on like in the very middle of the night, so I caught I just would always catch like a couple of random episodes, so I have no idea what is actually going on in it. I know there's big spiders. There's a guy.
Tachikoma.
There's a guy with like circles for eyes.
Our good friend Bateau.
And there's a beautiful lady. And what else do I need?
That's all you need. I have pretty much the same experience as Emma. Standalone complex. I do actually find it quite complex.
It's very complex.
No, I have honestly probably even seen less episodes than Emma. I don't remember almost anything other than there's sort of a, I don't know, is she an android? She is
a cyborg.
Cyborg. She's a cyborg. Okay, there's
many of these characters.
There's a cool lady. That's pretty much all I know. Yeah, she seems cool. This seems cool. I don't know anything.
So neither of you have seen Mamoru Oshii's 1995 movie Ghost in the Shell?
Nope. Only a couple of random episodes.
Of which I have a VHS tape of.
Fucking fantastic.
So to explain my history with this, I've seen most of Standalone Complex, most of the second season of it, and I began watching anime with this movie. This is one of the first things I ever got from the Blockbuster, which sort of leads to me having an anime podcast, because as a young boy, I took this home and I watched it, and I watched Akira, which was another thing I watched, and I said, oh boy, this is a great medium. I bet they're all as good as this.
Oopsie doopsie.
Wow, and here we are.
Where's the domino tipping meme where it's like Ghost in the Shell is the tiny little domino and the huge domino is just the one episode.
Juden Chan.
Chan. Yeah, it's crushing us to death. Actually, it wasn't even that. See, that one just had piss. The one that really crushed us was
worse.
The one that really crushed us was it was Backstreet Girls or whatever. It made us all quit and just vomit continuously,
and then instant DNF.
And then talk about fucking Naruto for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
It's a crazy episode.
Nart to the rescue.
All right. Well, I wanted to make this more elaborate to provide some more some more context, maybe put on an episode of Standalone Complex or something like that. But logistically, that's not going to just work out. So let's just watch the Mamoru Oshii movie.
How
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Can we get her some brown eye contacts? I'm literally shaking.
She chose that.
I don't. Did she? It's very dubious on what she chose.
From
in
what
this.
we know from like all of the expanded media, Motoko became a cyborg as like a child, so she probably had some choice in the matter.
You think she picked
Maybe.
her eyes?
Probably.
Doesn't she
What
have
if
the
she
Well-
always looked like
exact
that?
Or maybe there weren't a lot of like options on the menu. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm pretty sure the eyes of the cyborg she sees, that's the same model as her. Like in the window.
Yeah,
I
it's
think-
like the exact same face.
I think it's the same eye color, even like same face, same eye color.
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually that comes up in Standalone Complex a little bit. Is that Motoko never got to be an adult with an
Ooh.
adult's body.
That's crazy.
That fits with some of her characterization in the manga because she is a lot more childlike, at least in the first volume. It's a goofier manga than I expected.
Yeah, it is goofy, and that's why the show is going to be a little more goofy. And this is the exact opposite.
Yeah, this one is wow.
So we have to talk about it. First, I have to just put my position on the table. This is probably one of my favorite films of all time, of all films. It
Yeah.
is
That-
hauntingly gorgeous.
That's fair. Can
I was going to just be like, okay, I got to take my little notes and shit, and then we got into the beginning section with the credits, where they play the Japanese choral music in
Yes.
fucking ancient Yamato.
the haunting ass
Mhm.
music
It
is
is-
so good.
It is the opening is a fucking spiritual experience. It feels bizarre. It's like holy.
There were like
Yeah.
several points where I was fighting to not just close my eyes and just vibe to the music going on.
Will everyone allow me to say something that might
Yes.
sound kind of stupid
Okay.
for just a
Mhm.
moment?
Mhm.
I did not realize that this is like a cyberpunk movie.
Yes. It is the cyberpunk
This-
movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
This
like
is-
this is like what made it all happen.
This is the
so-
visual representation of cyberpunk, whereas Neuromancer was the initial conception.
So like I always
And Blade
thought
Runner.
of Ghost in the Shell as like just standard sci-fi because like I said I didn't have much experience. Then I was watching this and I was like, "Oh,
It's just
okay."
like, no, we're going to
God
talk
damn.
about the nature of identity.
yeah.
Identity and the governments and the corporations and the
The
robots.
government.
The governments.
This just be like the corporations are evil. Haha, you are a little babe. The
Watch
government
this.
is the corporation.
Watch this.
Wow. Just like
So
anyway.
so that we're familiar, we can sort of go down the list. The opening of this movie, is so well known that it's hard to describe, but it still gets me. Specifically, I should say this for the viewers: if you haven't seen this movie, she's naked in a lot of it, and it is entirely non-sexual to me.
Yes.
She doesn't feel human. She feels like
Well-
seeing some sort of ancient god.
I think that's what
Yeah.
they're going for. Like
It is
Um,
like, yeah,
But
it's
the scene in which she right after she fucking blows that guy's head smooth the fuck off.
that was so scary by
yeah,
the way.
two people officially die in this movie, and they die horribly.
yeah,
This
it's just
movie
like
has-
casual brutal violence.
Very like limited gore, but it when
It
it
happens-
uses the gore, it
It
really
happens
uses
exactly
the gore.
twice. During the first incident, a diplomat who is trying to smuggle a computer genius out of the country, presumably he is actually kind of kidnapping him. Section 6 is attempting to arrest him. Section 9 has been tasked with removing the diplomat, and Motogo does so
Exterminating.
by God, what do you call it? Whenever you drop down on the line, I keep forgetting.
Is
She
that-
just dives off the
Repelling?
building.
Repelling,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
She repels down outside of his window and blows his head smooth to fuck off. You see his spine for one frame.
Yeah, I don't think most of his upper chest exists after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she floats away. It's so slow because she is nude to use her thermoptic camouflage, and as she just predators away, she covers her face with one hand and it disappears because she's a bad bitch who farms the aura.
I love these really long, slow, lingering shots, by the way.
Yeah, it being an Oshii film, it is primarily composed of dialogueless, like drawn out scenes of the city
And they work so fucking well. They're gorgeous.
with terrifying Japanese choral music
They're
playing. over
scary.
Yes.
Like that one shot that's just like looking at mannequins in a store and like they
Yeah.
all just vaguely have the same profile as the major. I don't know. There's just
Mhm. I remember when I was like 13 or something, watching the VHS tape of this on a tiny TV in my parents' room for some reason. And they weren't paying attention because they don't give a shit about anime, and that's their prerogative. But I was starting to get freaked out because of how naked she was in the intro. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm not horny, but I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if somebody sees me watching.
Right.
Oh no, my parents are going to look over and see the
Wha-
major's
they're
extremely
going-
erect nipples.
They're going to look over and see me experiencing art, and I'm going to take critical damage from being observed during this.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
what do we want to talk about? Like we could go scene by scene, but so many of the scenes are long, drawn out scenes of
Yeah.
I mean-
Tokyo. I assume Tokyo. That is, or maybe it could be Kyoto, but that's where a lot of the seat of government is. But a Tokyo that I can smell because it is
Yes.
always raining, but it feels warm. So it smells like rain hitting hot concrete.
And there's like, are there like flooded segments?
There's some flooded segments of actually that does prove that it's Tokyo
I
because
feel-
Tokyo Bay has like come inland in some places, specifically the old city.
I feel like I remember some of that lore from the actual show. when
You
I
may have
saw
seen
it.
one of the episodes where they have to go there because there's like terrorist activity and
Yeah,
shit in the
maybe.
flooded part of the city.
I do want to say I did write a few things down. One of the things I wrote is that so like after the assassination, we get what is kind of a dream sequence, but it's also just kind of like looking at her maintenance, I guess, of her body is like
Her maintenance
Yes.
or like her inception into this particular body.
yeah, and then she
'Cause I
wakes
believe
up.
she has switched several times.
Yeah, probably. 'Cause she wakes up from that in her home, but we don't see her home. We just get one shot where the only thing we see is the window looking outside at Tokyo and her moving through her home, which is just obscured in darkness. And it's, I don't know, it's like that's her entire character is like the internality of her is so,
It's
There's so little.
obscured.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
obscured
Mhm.
and it's just darkness and like, I don't
Plus,
know,
it's an incredible like genre-defining shot for cyberpunk.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like after that, it's basically the extended bit where they're trying to track down the handiwork of the puppet master because
Mhm.
because when she comes in on a scene in which they are basically interrogating the cyber brain of of a diplomatic aide. She was hacked while basically overnight while everybody was asleep. And somebody caught it. Somebody caught the fact that she was not responding to calls and stuff, and presumably brought her in. And they have her. So what you have to understand for most of this to make sense is that many people have what is called a cyber brain. It is not a replacement of their brain. It is an encasement of their brain, and
That's
an
sort of
augmentation.
shell, if you
A
will.
shell.
Yeah.
They have hers fully out of her head. And you can actually see the part that's pumping like blood to it.
This shit's
It's,
crazy.
it's like just a hose. It looks like it goes to a shop vac.
So much of the stuff,
Extremely dehumanizing.
so much of the stuff that happens in this is like so scary on a like,
On like an instinctual level.
but also on like a, oh god, I don't even know how to phrase it. Just like a, like what is reality sort of level.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Existential.
Yeah, thinking about these things happening just gives me an existential crisis. Like,
Yeah.
the concept of a brain that can be hacked is like,
Yeah, we'll get
What-
into that later. I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
About
why
the scene
would
on
you
the boat.
volunteer for that? Why? Oh God.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, they're basically just like, yeah, they're trying. The puppet master has deployed like an autonomous like virus on her to hack her ghost, and we don't know what that means yet. But we can make an inference that the ghost is like the central portion of you, your psychological core,
It's
and the fact that it can be interfaced with by technology at this point is terrifying.
yeah. I was kind of is it like is your ghost kind of like your consciousness almost?
Yeah, basically your soul. And so they need to track down like where this hacker has been and what they've been doing, because there's a sort of implication here that this may be a political move. Specifically, they're dealing with a sticky situation with this republic. The subtitles for this were
They're calling
occasionally
it gavel?
misspelled, but gavel. It sounds like sort of a Latin American republic.
Maybe.
They've had several juntas recently, and there's a problem with the newest one. Is they happen to be hosting the leader of the older one right now, and the new one wants relief funds, and they have to figure out what to do about this. And this incident throws a wrench into everything. It's got everybody fucking scared, because what if the idea was to have this if not undetected, was to have this aide kill several important diplomats.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I hate it when my secretary can just be hacked.
I hate it when my secretary gets hacked. Did you notice that did you all notice that the puppet master seems to have a thing for blondes?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So this basically leads to the whole segment where they have to chase down the garbage man and the other guy in the covered market. These scenes are great. This movie is, aside from its like artistic value and its like philosophy and stuff, it's just like a really good action like detective story. They have to they have to figure out why a bunch of these hacks are coming from just random places on the street, and whenever they trace them back, it's like, this is a fucking payphone.
Yeah, and they're just like, wait, no one's even here. What?
No one's here. What's going on? No one's ever here whenever we show up to these places, and they're just random places on the street. And we get insight into that because we see what's happening. It's a garbage man. A garbage man is holding up the route so that he can make these telephone calls. He reaches underneath the box and he finds this punch card, basically this clear plastic card with a circuit board on it. He punches it into the machine and he makes the call and he leaves.
I love the shot of the technology of that working, by the way. It's so cool looking.
It's
Yes.
very cool.
All the technology in this is just
It
superbly
just
animated.
slides across.
We'll talk about the guns later. They're very funny. But yeah, and then he jumps back in the garbage truck, and and the other guy's just like, I can't believe this shit. We're already like 40 seconds late on the route, which tells you how dire it is to work in
Yeah.
public services in this era.
Mm,
Yeah.
But he's just like what do you need to do this anyway? Like, what did your fucking ex-wife do to you so bad? It's just like, well, she took my daughter. like my daughter got it into her head that I'm the one cheating on her, and I don't even know how that works. And it's just like, well, why do you care so much? Just like hire a lawyer. And it's just like, you wouldn't know. You don't have kids of your own. Like, look at her, she's perfect. And he holds out a Polaroid, and the guy is just like, oh, give me that shit. I don't.
He specifically doesn't look at it, which is important.
Yeah, he doesn't see it. And we cut back to the Section 9 gang. We should introduce the Section 9 gang because people know who the Major is, who's only referred to by name like twice, and only once by first name. I saw a tweet from a Japanese person who was just like, "Why are Westerners so free about calling her Motoko?"
Sorry, Major.
Sorry, Major. Because there's Chief Aramaki. I quite like Chief Aramaki. He doesn't get a lot of play in this movie.
He's just a silly little.
He's a shriveled old diplomat. He's a politician. He looks a little bit like a chimp. He's got Dr. Wily hair too, which does actually give him some personality because he does not bother like fixing it, especially in an era of cybernetics. There's him. There's Bato, who is the Major's usual partner, who is a very big blonde man with very obviously cybernetic eyes.
He kind of rules.
And there is the only other one that you see a lot is because you see Ishikawa a little bit, and they say Saito's name once, but the only one you really interact with much later is Togusa. And Togusa's deal is he is a regular guy,
normal ass cop.
He's a normal cop.
I thought it was interesting. The Major had a comment of like, she appreciates that he's biological because there's like balance in the team.
Yeah,
because they need multiple perspectives.
Yeah, it's an interesting because that comment kind of plays into the theme later, where it's like the fusion of the new and the old stuff is what lets you succeed or evolve or whatever.
Yeah, well, basically they needed him to add variety to the unit because over specialization makes you weak.
That was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the scene with the covered market, and they're chasing down these garbage men, and the guy that we cut back to the garbage man, he's just like, "How did you even get into this anyway?" It's just like, well, some guy heard me belly aching at the bar about the situation, and he passed me off these cards on this and told me this scheme about how I could do it from different parts of the city. And I said, "Oh, I'm a garbage man." He says, "That's perfect." It's just like, oh, I see. And yeah, Bato and Togusa roll up on this payphone, and there's like nobody's here. And a sleepy guy's coming out of his apartment with a sack of garbage, and he's just like, "Oh man, I thought I was on time." And they're just like, "Hey, have you seen anything weird around this payphone lately?" I just keep saying payphone. It's clearly a terminal of some kind. But and he says, "Oh well, the garbage man stopped to make a call," and they all look at each other and go, "Son of a bitch!"
Why didn't we think of that?
So they start that's part of the scene where Togusa and the Major have their conversation because she's putting on her shit and she's just like, "You still using that revolver?" And he's just like, "Yes, I'm still using my sick fucking Mataba revolver." Which probably cost $5,000. And yeah, that's how they get to the why did you even hire me for this unit. They also at some point make a reference to the fact that Section 6, who they interacted with earlier, has no cyborgs in it because they're a diplomatic corps. It would cause incidents to send them abroad, and also they can't get maintenance overseas. This becomes like weirdly important later. So yeah, they track it down, and eventually somebody calls the garbage truck and it's just be like, hey, the police need your records. And the guy in the passenger seat is just like, well, what would they need our records about? I mean, we're just doing the route as normal. And suddenly the garbage truck speeds up and he goes, hey, what the hell? And the other guy's just like, they figured us out. I got to warn the guy because the scheme is the guy goes around in front of him and puts the cards under the terminals. So he's speeding up to get to him and warn him. And we see this guy. This guy has always been... He looks so sketch.
Like, imagine
Sunglasses
if
in
some-
broad daylight.
Like he's got his fucking wraparound Ray-Bans.
He's got his sketchy little beard and mustache.
He's got his
thing.
sketchy little beard and mustache. And we cut to his perspective, and he sees the garbage truck guy coming at him, going, "They know!" And
In, like,
behind him,
slow
he sees
motion, yeah.
fucking Motoko and Tokusa in a garbage truck.
He does not hesitate.
He
He
just-
starts lighting them the
He
fuck
just
up.
opens the fuck up on them with like an Uzi. And flips the garbage truck. Smoothly drops the
explodes.
magazine, drops another magazine full of bullets into the garbage truck, and it explodes. So there's a chase on. They got to get this guy because he also throws his hood up and fucking disappears because he's got more optical camouflage on.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that like it was kind of clear that his camouflage is a little bit worse than the Major's.
Yeah, it's off
Yeah.
the rack. It's not built into him. Yeah.
And they comment about that later, like, I
But
don't
the
know.
fact-
I like the detail that there's like all this technology and there's iterations of it and it's all used. It feels
Mhm.
really
And there's different
real.
levels. And
Yeah.
It's worse than hers, and it's still an anomaly that he has it
yeah.
because it's
It makes the
clearly
world-
military tech.
It makes the world feel really lived in, I guess.
Mhm.
To see some like
Oh, yeah.
it's like seeing somebody with like an iPod Nano and then an iPhone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Actually,
I feel like I've read a lot of sci-fi and watched a lot, and it's like a lot of generic sci-fi. It's like, oh, I have the technology, and it's like it's uniform and it's
Right.
really
Mhm.
fake.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like the world building is so casually just like good in that way of like, no, this is how you would actually iterate on this, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
There would just
And
be
some
one
people
camera.
still use the old tech just because it would be more convenient for them somehow, or they could get a hold of it.
or cheaper, you
Um,
know.
Mhm.
Speaking of, by the way, speaking of a lived-in world, we get the sequence where Bato is chasing this guy through the covered market.
This is one of my favorite scenes.
This
in
scene is, I think, this scene is like foundationally important for the rest of the movie because there's people in it. Because there's
Yeah.
hundreds of people in it,
True.
and they are doing human things. There's very little technology in sight. There's just guys buying watermelons and dogs chasing things.
It literally it looks almost like a market that you could see in this day and age. Like
it-
it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Mhm.
And going through it is Bato, and we get his perspective, which is covered in the very faint pixelization. And we see his face striding through this, and it's just like, oh no, Bato is like fundamentally divorced from the rest of these people. Like he can't live normally anymore.
Yeah.
And the scene just tells you that without any dialogue. doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Also, this guy he's chasing is fully off his fucking shit because he just opens up on Bato with a submachine gun in the middle of a crowded market.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
not care about hitting. He doesn't
Um,
care that there's people around.
Yeah, and like Bato actually doesn't shoot back because he doesn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah, he is also you see like invisible figure just knocking people over. It's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, because Bato's like better at tracking him because of his eyes. Like he actually like set up a filter so he could see the guy.
The like repeated exact same punch sound effect that kept playing every time Bato even like touched a person. It was like, damn, Bato, like you don't gotta wail on these people
Bato is fucking rolling over these people like a truck.
like a fucking linebacker.
So yeah, he chases him into the alley. The Major has been watching from the rooftops this whole time. and she he jumps down into a canal. He jumps off a couple of boats. It's incredibly well animated too.
Mhm.
Because you see the motion of the boats without seeing the guy.
Hmm.
And while he's doing this, the Major just very carefully lines up and shoots a water tank and drenches him in water, which we've sort of proven to this point disrupts optical camouflage. So he's
Yes.
forced to abandon his jacket in an alleyway. And Bato's fully lost him, because if he tried to jump on one of those boats, he'd go right through the fucking bottom.
Mhm.
I get the
Sink like a
impression that he
brick.
weighs like 600 pounds.
Oh, I do want to say there is several shots of the Major landing from a high distance, and she always leaves a crater underneath her. It's I love that. Yeah,
That ass is
they're like
too fat.
hundreds of pounds of metal.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, he abandons it, and he wanders out to the end of the alley and finds like a kind of like ethereal space. I don't understand what this place is.
It's just
This
big
is the
and
place you
open.
fight Darklink in
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Genuinely.
It is an incredibly wide, flat concrete expanse covered in about 1 inch of water. Presumably because it's raining all the fucking time.
Mhm.
And guess who's coming?
And guess who is stripping down to fucking get him?
She's gonna fucking get him.
This scene builds in addition to being a cool ass action scene, because yeah, he's forced to use up the rest of his ammo trying to get her, and then he pulls a knife. And the scene is interesting to me because it kind of shows you something about the human side of the Major's personality, in which she could have easily just taken this guy down in one.
Sure.
She could have shot him in the ankle or something. Yeah. But what
Mhm.
she does is beat the living shit out of
She's
Well,
like in
invisible.
there, like twisting his arms and legs and shit. and
Yeah,
I'm
she's
like,
breaking his fucking ankle.
She's scrambling this dude like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
She just picks him up in the
She's-
arm and just throws him a couple of times.
She is mixing his shit up, bro.
Bodily flips him over her back.
like
Like
I actually
4
wrote,
times.
Yeah.
She's
I
just like-
actually wrote that it
He's
feels
so
very
good.
cat and mouse,
Yeah,
like a
she's
cat
fucking with him.
toying with its prey.
I feel a little bad because I kind of laughed during the scene because it reminded me of that one SpongeBob episode where Patrick beats himself up like to make himself feel better.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, you should feel
Wait,
bad
that's
because
so
next we have to
true.
talk about something existentially horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, they apprehend this guy, and Bato is just standing over him. And he's just like, poor fucking guy doesn't even know his name.
Wait, very briefly before we move on, I want to say that what it reminded me of was the number of times that the Major threw that guy through the air was like that edit of the Matrix fight where Neo keeps hitting the guy in the throat.
Well, keeps getting him in the throat. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
The
go.
finger punch to the fucking Adam's apple. So yeah, Bato's just like, this guy doesn't even know his fucking name. And the guy's just like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to talk to you cops. It's like, talk about what? You don't have anything to say. It's just, and the
And he
Major
just
looks
stares.
at him and just says, who are your parents?
What's your
Where you
mother's
work?
name?
What's your
What does
mother's
she
name?
look like?
This is so fucked up.
And he just stops because he's just like, and we get his dossier from somebody else in the next scene because they're just going through his shit, and it's just like, yeah, according to what he says, he's a fucking immigrant militant nationalist, and he was picked up for this job by elements of the Republic of Gavel to cause instability in the government. But who he actually is he's a guy named fucking Corgi.
Yeah, his name is
Who's a drug
Corgi.
dealer.
Yeah.
And they have another scene much more gently with the guy driving the garbage truck because they arrested him too, and they're just like, you don't have a wife,
This scene fucked me up.
like you don't have a daughter. It's just like, well, go to my
Yeah.
house, you'll see. We've been to your place. It's a bachelor pad. It's just like, what? No, that's the one I rented whenever we got divorced. You've been there for 10 years.
Well, he's like,
Yeah.
well, no, here, look at
He's
this
just like,
picture
"I
of
had
my
a
wife.
He's just like, I had a photo of her. And whenever we finally see the photo, it's a selfie
Yeah.
of him walking a dog.
I was like, oh no.
It's just like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Contrasted with like the Major staring into the interview, but like only seeing her reflection staring back at her. Like,
Hmm.
It's just
Which is
like,
just
oh,
so cool. Such good
Yeah.
framing.
it's just like, oh yeah. Is the scene on the boat next?
You know
it
what?
yeah, I
Yes,
think
it
yes,
is.
it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Much because I wrote much floating to be done.
Yeah, we have to have a foundationally beautiful moment of animation here.
One thing you have to know about the Major is she loves floating
She
around.
fucking loves to float. She's diving in Tokyo Bay, and this is dangerous for her because, like, she's got her flippers and everything, and she's got her mask. But you realize as she goes down, she's got a huge, like, scuba backpack on it, and it doesn't have like that much oxygen in it for her use. What its job is to do is to fucking equalize her at a specific depth and then push her back up to the surface because she
Mhm.
weighs several hundred pounds.
Yeah, girl is not swimming under her own power.
And yeah, we see again, her rising to the surface again. We see, her image approaching her in the reflection of the water surface.
And like, as she gets close enough, it disintegrates into ripples, which could mean nothing.
Could be
Mhm.
nothing.
Could be
But
nothing.
yeah, she surfaces Bato's on the boat, and she's just like, "Are you aware of how stupid this?" Because Bato tanks like a bunch of these identity questions by simply not giving a fuck about them. He is also largely a cyborg. I think he has slightly more of his original meat left, but like for instance, we know like from Standalone Complex and stuff that he also does irrational things. He lifts weights.
Huh.
He cannot bulk up.
Cannot put
His
on muscle.
body is what it is.
That's
But-
an interesting detail.
They sit there drinking. Oh, also, this is an aside, but I have to mention it before I fucking forget. And it'll turn up in again. There's a weird fucking through motif in this movie of basset hounds. I
Hmm.
never noticed before, but
Huh.
there's like print advertisements of them in a bunch of scenes. And there's one in the scene where she's on that boat in the canal, just leaning over the bridge looking at her. I'm just like, Oshi, what does this mean?
What does this mean?
Why did you put him everywhere? And he's like, I like the little dog. But they have this conversation on the boat that really gets at what like the core of this like movie is about, and why it's like so existentially terrifying is that, and it'll come up again at the end basically, but it's just like, yeah, maybe it's dangerous for me to dive or anything like that, but like what does it fucking matter? It's just like, and we can't get out of Section 9 either, because our bodies are basically on lease to them.
They own us.
They
Yeah.
like, we would have to give up the hardware that makes up our bodies and the neural augmentations
Yeah.
on our brains, and there's not going to be much left. And she says, she says, well, like, what really makes up any of us anyway? It's all just memory and information, things we've learned and things we've experienced, even downstream from, whenever somebody will say, it's just like, oh, you're not a person, you're 8 billion cells, you're a bunch of bacteria working together. No, you're not even that. You're the information stored on that bacteria.
Yeah.
You're the memories and experiences stored in the fucking electricity they generate when they
Stop.
interact with each other.
No, stop.
And that's why ghost hacking is the worst fucking thing I've ever heard of. And
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened to that man in the fucking garbage truck and the terrorist is the worst thing that can possibly happen to you.
They shouldn't have done that.
Because the puppet master fundamentally changed who they were by altering what they knew.
Yeah.
And in fact, the people looking in were like, those can't be changed back now.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah.
revert it. You are
Yeah.
a different person now,
We can give you therapy about this. That's the best we got.
but you're never
Oh,
going
no.
back.
Uh,
And that's like the heart of the movie, and it fucks you up. Anyway, a naked woman's about to get hit by a car.
Yes.
hmm.
Get
Um,
excited.
Another like ethereally non-sexual woman standing in the dark.
Oh wait,
in the
actually,
rain.
before this is when we get the montage of the Major just going through the city, and she stares at her own model. Like,
Yeah, she sees
in a window.
somebody who looks exactly like her.
I feel like that's the only time we get like a really strong reaction from her,
Mhm.
at least in her face. I don't know, but I interpret that as her kind of realizing she could have had a different life
Mhm.
in a way.
There's
don't know.
multiple ways to interpret that scene too, because
Yeah.
it makes me believe that she might not even be the only Motoko.
Yeah.
And this may
Like-
not even be like a plot. It may be the doing of Motoko to make multiple of herself.
God, yeah, I hadn't even considered that, but yeah, I mean that's perfect. Like
Yeah.
that's completely reasonable too.
Like in many of the other series, and I does that happen in the manga? Does she have like spare bodies?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, I only read the very first volume only once, and
Okay.
again,
Well,
it,
and-
like the world is the same. It's just a lot more kind of like goofy character stuff happens.
In Standalone Complex, and I believe in some of the other movies, it's revealed that Motoko has just spare bodies around. For
That
like
makes
kind of
sense.
further divorcing her from the usual human experience.
Right.
But yeah, there's that long drawn out scene where Motoko's on a boat and she sees another Motoko like having lunch in a high rise, and also a droopy dog looks at her from a bridge.
Mhm.
And she comes in to get bitched out by Aramaki, who's just like, if you're gonna be late, call in or don't show up. And she's just like, what's up? Well, we've got the puppet master. We just have him.
Yep. Hit him with the
Uh,
truck.
So yeah, the woman earlier was struck. She was struck by like a moving truck, and completely fucked up. And they are doing stuff to her in Section 9
Hmm.
because she's got fucked up. She got fucked up by the impact. Like she's missing both of her hands.
She's basically like a torso and a head at this point.
Not yet. She has legs in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I
right, they
guess
disappear
so.
between scenes.
They suggest they were doing some stuff to her.
Hmm.
But yeah, they lay it out. It's just like, yeah, somebody activated a fabrication machine at the place is called like Megatech or something. A place that builds custom cyborg bodies, like full cybernetic bodies. A machine activated itself and made this, and then uploaded some unknown code to it, and the body left on its own. There's nobody in there. There's no human brain in that. But in the sub brain, in the backup, there's evidence of it having a ghost. And everybody says, it's bullshit.
That can't happen. Or can it?
Except for Motoko, who sits in complete silence during this scene,
Hmm.
staring at it. The technicians are just doing scary, ghoulish shit to the body at this point. They've got her in like a fucked up magnetic field, and it just makes her go.
Yeah, why did
Yeah.
they do
I don't know why they did that.
They vibrated her. They wiggled
Just-
her.
Just do vague science shit.
They do scary science shit to this lady.
What are we in the
Well-
mood for today, boys? Scary science or the nice science? Scary
Free
science it is.
science.
So after our little intermission that we had to have in the middle of the movie, we come back and they're having a meeting about it. And it basically boils down to Chief Aramaki trying to decide what to do about this fucking situation. So he's just like, all right, Ishikawa, I want you to track down everything you can do about, these incidents. What, links them together, all of the payphone hackings, where they came from, etc. Bato, your job is to go and check and maintain the security of a bunch of new networks I just had sealed off. Make sure they're still sealed off. And a bunch of technical terms. And Motoko at the end of this is just like, all right, I'm going to dive it. I'm going in there with, with it. Make sure nobody does anything to it before I... because she has to know if it's possible to have a ghost without having a human component. Like, she wants to know something about herself, even.
Right.
It's like, is it possible that I was never a real person? That I was maybe manufactured?
Right.
This is important to her and Amato. And they actually explain it to Togusa. They're just like, Togusa, you and the chief are the only people in this unit who don't require like regular maintenance. Your bodies are your own.
Yeah. I think we also get, I wrote this one down, but there was a line that she says, I think in the elevator after the scene, where she's like, I only feel human because of the way I am treated. I don't know. It's like,
treat me as human.
You're only as human as society allows you to be.
Right.
Kind of goes kind of crazy.
Anyway, while they're heading down, the doors open. Togusa leaves, and then on the next floor, the doors open, and they go to get out, and two guys are coming in, and they switch places, and it's the guy from Section 6 from the beginning of the movie who was trying to negotiate with the diplomat that they fucking decapitated.
And they're just like, wait, did we know that guy?
They're just like, I recognize that fact. And they split up to go to their things, and we actually follow Togusa for a little bit. We follow the normal man, and he goes down to sit in his car and go about his assigned task. And he looks up, and there's two diplomatic vehicles parked opposite him. And he looks at them for a second. And he goes, "Huh? Give me the video footage of that guy entering." He goes. And he watches them, and it's just like, they come in, and he's just like, give me infrared. They show it in infrared. And he goes, huh. And he counts to himself, each Nissan. And he's watching the doors, and he goes, huh. Give me the pressure sensor reading for the parking spaces that they're in. And he looks at it, and he goes, huh. Major? Those guys who came in, they're not cyborgs, are they? It's just like, no, Section 6 doesn't have any cyborgs. It's just like, well, I don't expect either of them to weigh over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So clearly somebody else has come in with them, very illegally, because you are not supposed to be using optic camouflage in government buildings.
Right.
They drafted in behind them whenever the doors opened. So we cut back to Chief Aramaki, and now the puppet master cyborg is strung up, and she's missing like her lower half. Like the techs have been at work. I don't know why they had to cut her in half and cut the rest of her arms off.
They were afraid.
Yeah, they've got her
So she
strung
can't
up,
walk anywhere.
and yeah,
And
so
it's
she
about-
can't run away.
Maybe. It's about to get really. It's going to get much scarier, and also all the so she can't run away is going to maybe be disproven. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that there was an anomalous voice in the boat scene. Somebody spoke who wasn't Motoko Or
Sounded like her.
sounded like her a little bit.
Yeah.
Bodogo almost spills her beer about it. So yeah, there's a lot of like interdepartment like bluster in this scene
Yeah.
where they're trying to like out authority each other.
Yeah, it's
But-
pretty funny.
Basically, Section 6 comes in and it's just and is just like, we're taking that thing. We want the code from that thing. And Aramaki is just like, well, maybe I'll be amenable to that, but you realize that it's literally treason to keep information from me about this. And he's just like, absolutely, sure. We did this. We forced the puppet master into this situation. We've been following him for weeks. We believe him to be American. They always want to blame the Americans.
I mean,
It's
valid.
a situation in which we probably weren't at fault.
Yeah, but you know,
We have we have almost certain the vagueness of the scene is crazy because they basically say we've almost certainly killed him.
Huh.
probably for real this time.
Probably for
Actually.
real this time, and trapped his ghost or his program in this cybernetic shell, and we'll be taking it now. And Aramaki is just like, well, shit, I just. He says later that what's really funny about this is they have this pissing contest, and then later in the elevator, it's just like, I just wanted a deposition from it.
Yeah.
But they're interrupted during this. Oh yeah, and the guy that he's with starts to hack him. He goes over to one of the consoles and he busts his fingertips into 10,000 individual fingertips to work the keyboard. Very
this is also
funny.
probably like one of the iconic shots of this movie. Is
It's
that
it's
Yeah.
an iconic shot of this movie that serves absolutely no purpose, especially whenever people already just jack their fucking brains into the computers with
well,
cable.
I see. I read it as like a lot like the level of technology he's willing to like interface with is his hands, not his brain. That's how I read it. As
That'd be interesting.
like
Especially from a guy we find out later is part of an extremely restricted cybernetics project.
mhm.
The fastest fuck fingy typing really made me laugh.
It
hard.
did
It got
audibly
an
make Joey
audible,
laugh.
audible chuckle from me.
There was an audible
Well, if
chuckle
you had that
later.
many fingers, you would type that fast too.
Yeah.
There was an audible chuckle from me later, much later, but it'll be much more difficult to explain.
Mm.
But yeah, while he's doing this, he's just like, it's him. And Aramaki goes, him? And the guy goes, oh, I mean any pronouns.
Shit.
Oh God.
Because he just realizes that he's like fucked up and given this big dumb chimp information that he didn't need to know.
Accidentally coming out to your
Aramaki-
coworkers like
Aramaki is a lot sharper than anybody ever gives him credit for, and that's like one of his main advantages because he looks like a shriveled little chimp who can't do anything. But they're interrupted during this scene. They get locked out of all the computers. They turn he turns the fucking power off for a minute, and the severed torso in the machine speaks to them.
Oh, it's so scary.
He,
I love it.
he says he's got Emma, can you give me an analysis of this voice acting, if you would, because I found it to be very intimidating.
Yeah, definitely. It's
He doesn't-
very
He doesn't speak like a monster or like a god or anything. He speaks, well, actually, yeah, he speaks like what you would expect like a Shinto spirit to talk like if you made the wrong offering.
Yeah, he has a little bit of learned Japanese with Emma. He speaks in like kind of an archaic dialect and a very like extremely proper one.
mm,
Not he doesn't sound like a samurai, but he does
Mhm.
sound like I don't. He almost sounds like if you. He sounds like Bram Stoker or something. Like it's like it's very like it's this very like old-timey, very clinical, like a god, or if
I
a
see.
dictionary could started talking.
He reminds
Right.
me of Dorman from Shadow of the Colossus to a degree.
Okay,
uh,
yeah.
there's something
Right.
fundamentally like kind of inhuman about this performance, and
Yes.
I guess if a dictionary started talking, kind of makes sense because that's
Mhm.
I mean,
not
I guess,
entirely wrong for what he
yeah.
is.
I am
yeah,
Wikipedia.
the free encyclopedia that only I can edit. So yeah, the Puppet Master. The Puppet Master has a project name. I prefer to call the Puppet Master. Lays out its case as just like, yes, I am a living being. I am not artificial intelligence. I was not made. I coalesced in the sea of information. So the way he describes himself, he describes himself like literally like a spirit
Ooh.
that came
Yeah.
into existence of its like own volition without being made. And basically says, I am a sentient being and I have rights to asylum in your country.
Which, like, fair move. I do like that detail of just like they got me. I want asylum, please.
Now I want to apply for asylum. And it's very funny because like Aramaki is like almost receptive to the idea, but the other guy's just like, that's bullshit. And even if it wasn't bullshit, we don't offer asylum to criminals. He does have a very good point. If you are going to claim the responsibility of being a thinking, living being, then you are also inherently claiming the responsibility to your fucking crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It's like,
did mind wipe a lot of people.
Exactly.
He did a lot of terrorism.
Hello, I am a thinking, sentient, living being, and I would like asylum, and I would like for nobody to be mad at me about that time that I made that guy think he had a wife and daughter.
You're not allowed to be mad at me. I'm a baby.
so that he would make some phone calls for me. Also, I'm too.
I just needed him to make some phone calls.
So I fundamentally altered everything about him as a person. And I'm a baby, so
I am
I'm literally
old.
a minor.
That would have been funny. They should have put that argument in there.
I'm
So-
cyber divergent and literally a minor.
So they have
Cyber
this
divergent.
entire like exchange, and everybody's just like, oh shit. And then I don't know exactly what happens here, but some fucking thugs show up. The guys who drafted in behind the diplomats, I don't even know if the diplomats knew this was the plan, which is very funny to me. I suspect that they did. But
They had to at least know that their guys were there.
yeah. Car's real heavy today, Frank. But there's a lot more condensation on the windshield than I'm used to.
Did one of us gain a couple 100 pounds? I mean,
But but yeah, these guys they break into the lab and they take the Puppet Master. And they clearly have their own plan because they don't even bother to go for the exit. They blow a hole in the fucking wall
Mhm.
and rappel out with it to a car. But the thing is the good old Section 9 gang has been aware of them for like fully 20 minutes, so they already have their counter plan, which I really appreciate. Togusa gets to take like the spotlight in noticing them and figuring out how to deal with them. He stands at the end of the alley they're driving through, blasts away at them with his sick-ass Mataba revolver, which is a real gun that exists and costs $5,000 because it is a stupid fucking tri-gun fire from the bottom barrel configuration. And I believe it is an automatic loader too, which is even weirder for a revolver. But blasts 6 rounds into the windshield, and they all ricochet off, and he goes, darn, and he steps to the side so they don't run him over, and then he very quickly empties his rounds and places another one in there and just plink,
plink.
just blows a tracking round right into the license plate.
Just the tiniest little bullet hole.
And it's just like no, they didn't suspect a thing. They thought I was just blasting away at them with a security revolver. And then everybody in Motoko and Bato both feel the need to give him shit about having a cool revolver. And they're just like, with an automatic, you could have done at least 2.
Yeah.
They're
Wait, that's
so
the
mad
chuckle
at
that-
him for his cool gun.
That was when you chuckled, wasn't it?
That was one of the ones I chuckled at. The
They're
guns
fucking
in this,
razzing him.
the guns in this anime are really funny, especially for that, because Motoko has like a SIG. First of all, it's not that advanced, and it seems like the personal defense weapon or the assault weapon that all of Section 9 uses is just like a weird P90 that doesn't load like a P90. It loads from a bullpup like magazine back here, so it actually has less bullets in it than P90. Which is notable for having a magazine capacity of like 59 mil, or not 50, like
It's very
50,
small.
fucking Fabrique Nationale, like 5.7 around.
While we're on the subject of guns and technology, first of all, every movie used to have a submachine gun in it, and I'm kind of wondering when that stopped. Because, those guys had their little suitcase Uzis and everything.
The suitcase Uzis rule.
They were very cool.
Those were a real product. They didn't work the same, but...
Huh. And also, only tangentially related, you guys, Cyber used to be green.
Cyber
That's
used to be
true.
green.
Now Cyber
You're
is
right.
blue, and it's not as cool, but Cyber was green before.
I
For a
miss
little while,
Green
Cyber was piss yellow, but that's just because of Deus Ex.
I've seen Purple Cyber before, too.
Purple Cyber is not bad.
It's really complicated to explain why you don't see submachine guns as much, but mainly it's because most militaries don't use them as much. Personal defense weapons aren't as popular as they used to be.
I see.
Like that. Let's take the P90, like I was talking about. Like the original purpose for that gun will make you laugh. FN was designing it for like motor pool guys and like tank engineers and shit to defend themselves in case Russian paratroopers came to kill them.
Oh,
so it was a
one fear.
It was a really compact gun with a lot of tiny little bullets in it that were very good at going through soft body armor.
I see.
And they shoot fast as fuck.
And they shoot fast as fuck, and they look like they're from space.
They're really funny.
But yeah, stuff like that. It's simply not. They don't issue them as much. Most submachine guns are in the hands of like police departments now. Anyway,
I see.
I know too. I've noticed it as well because I think submachine guns are cool, and I want to see them again.
So submachine guns are they're a great goon gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're good for goons.
Great
Yeah.
gun
Our
for
friend.
goons.
Our good friend SMG.
Where the fuck were we?
Oh fuck.
Japan.
We're chasing.
So they put the tracker in the
think we're-
car. They
put the
track
tracker in
them
the
Yeah, we're
car.
guys.
chasing.
Yeah, there's a long
Um,
sequence, pretty cool sequence that's very hard to describe of them tracking these guys down. And these guys are not like they're not inherently stupid about it either. But
They have like a divert. They have a
they
decoy
hand it
pod.
off.
Yeah.
The main thing that we should talk about here is that Section 9 puts out a fucking like city-wide APB on these. They set up barricades and shit. And you see like, a bunch of troops going different places. They set up spike strips and everything. And you see notably people getting set up on rooftops. So at one point, Bato and the Major have to split. Bato has to chase the original car because they're trying to decide whether the other one is a decoy. And Motoko goes with the other one because she's got a feeling and a ghost about it. So we follow Bato first. And he chases it down, and Aramaki says, the roadblocks up ahead, go for it. So he drives up on them and, fishtails them. The road spikes come up, block their way. And before he can get to the car, the roof fucking explodes. And one of these guys gets fucking mulched by what I assume is an anti-material rifle gun. Because remember,
Yes.
Tokus's bullets bounce the fuck off of it. It's heavily armored.
This does not matter. This man turns into red liquid.
So
there's like some of
Bato,
his ribs left over.
like Bato grabs the other guy, but I don't even know if the other guy makes it.
As far as I'm aware, his torso is just gone.
Yeah,
And,
the first
like-
guy fully turns into a McDonald's rotisserie chicken. Not McDonald's,
Yeah,
Walmart rotisserie chicken.
He turns into a
Turns
fucking
into-
McRib. You're right.
He turns into
he
like
does.
a pile of Minecraft meat.
And
Yes.
yeah, when they give Bato
Yeah.
shit, they're just like, "Did you really have to tear him up that bad?" And he doesn't say anything. Togusa drives up, and it's just like, "Geez, man, did you have to fuck him up that bad?" And he walks past him and takes Togusa's car and leaves.
Poor
and
fucking
you leave.
Togusa.
You leave with the knowledge that if you like watched it closely enough, you're just like, Bato didn't kill those people. The police from Section 6 killed those people.
Yeah.
And
They blew them the fuck away with a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
and then you have the horror of wondering, oh no, were those guys hacked too?
It's just like, were those guys drones too? Did they
Right.
were they not drones and they thought they were doing the right thing? Did they
Yeah.
know that Section 6 was going to fucking kill them
Yeah.
because they didn't want to cause a diplomatic incident? Because this is where it's coming out. Like, Ishikawa has a scene in here because Ishikawa's job is not to be in the action parts of the movie or the show. He's a bearded guy whose job is to drink coffee and to read records. He's heavily cyberized, but not the same way the others are. I assume all of his are in his fucking head
Mhm.
because he is a net guy. He is a hacker. And he comes up, it's just like, yeah, this is connected to a string of fucking very convenient political happenings for Section 6. Like, they want an incident so that they can throw out this guy they've extended like asylum rights to. They get it. Every time it's something like that, and it's connected to this project called 2501. It feels like this is an attack dog. This is a thing that they made or they grew specifically to hack other people's ghosts,
Right.
so that they could cause like diplomatic incidents to go the way they want. And if it got out that this thing fucking existed, and even worse, that it got off of its leash, their heads, like the leaders of Section 6's heads would roll.
Because they also compared the timing where, they were like, oh, we were chasing this guy for whatever.
Yeah.
But then they were like, oh, but it goes back further.
This project existed a year before the Puppet
Yeah.
Master did anything.
Mm-hmm.
So when we rejoin Motoko, she has chased this white car down to the flooded part of the old city, to what I believe to be a natural history museum, which is, of course, the place this would end.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
Bato chasing behind because he understands what's going on to a certain degree. And she says to her helicopter pilot, "Put me down there. If things get bad, I want you to fuck off." And he says, "Okay." And she rappels down. She's got a suitcase and her body armor. And she, pulls open one of the rusty doors on the roof and comes in and looks down from the gallery on the first floor. And she sees the white car. And she sees the silhouette of something else. And she says, "Oh shit." And she radios back up to the helicopter, "Shoot the glass out, shoot the roof out, and then leave." And he says, "What?" And he does it like immediately. And she says, "It's a fucking tank."
Yeah.
Because the cute spider tanks that Emma was expecting to see are not in this movie. We only have the military death spider tank.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just like, damn, this guy's not friendly at all.
This guy's an asshole.
Yeah, this thing is like a few generations removed from just being a Metal Gear.
I thought
Listen,
these
you
guys were supposed to be cute girls.
Listen, you guys, it was still cute to me. It
Well,
was
Yeah.
it
cute
was still
to
cute.
me.
So here's the thing. She's in a three-way conversation with the helicopter pilot, and I think Bato is listening in, and they're just like, "What do you even have?" And she's just like, "I've got an M92 and a suitcase." And she's just like, "That can't even make a dent in it." It has already fired on her. She is standing behind a pillar. This firefight is so stilted and still. It feels very strange to me. But because she's slowly she's reassembling her gun for an armor piercing capability. And she like peeks out and you see the fucking spider tank, and it's got sort of a distinct head and two little arms that have guns at them. And whenever it cut back to her, it was sitting stock still staring at her, pointing the two arms, and I just went because it just looks like it's gone, yeah. Whenever you want to go.
Yeah, I think this was the other audible chuckle. Also, it was like, it is both cute and intimidating as fuck. That thing is so scary.
So yeah, she has a firefight with it, in which all she can basically do is plink it and then run behind pillars, and it's just eating away at the pillars. She can only use like one at a time.
She does manage to lure the guy in the car underneath it out, and she does get him with an explosive.
Yeah, she just kills him outright. She kills him with a small hand grenade. It's fucking up a bunch of old fossils and shit that were left in the museum.
Mm-hmm.
The part
and we
I
get that shot of it. The bullets tracing
you're
up like
probably
the
gonna
whole
say the
evolutionary
same thing.
tree.
And then it
until
stops right before Hominis.
Yeah. Yeah, because that she tricked it into wasting most of the ammunition in its like right gun. And she rolled down flat where it couldn't see her from that angle and started stripping off her armor so that she could use the optic camo on it. This scene is like kind of horrifying and transcendent. She flips onto the thing's back while it's shooting at her with its remaining gun, and starts trying to pry open the hatch to get it.
Her like body, like her, I don't know, like muscles are like rippling and also like tearing.
She is bypassing the strength limit, the tensile strength limit of her body. I don't know if she can feel it.
I assume she can't. Like, I assume she can't feel what is happening to her. She turned it off because she realized she would have to basically use all her strength to pull this thing out.
And she doesn't actually manage it.
It's not quite enough.
She pulls her arms loose before the hatch will come off.
And you say that like very simply, but it is horrifying to see.
Yeah,
no, her muscles
they're gone from the elbow down. They just tear in half.
Yeah, you start seeing the meat move under her skin, and then you see like the metal starting to twist up from underneath the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Again, movie is king of non-sexual nudity. In fact, I am being extremely threatened by this nudity. So yeah, she falls to the ground. She's spent, and the tank picks her up
by her head
with one of its little claws. They're actually relatively small, little manipulators, and it just starts squeezing. And the visor that she uses for like I'm not exactly sure what this visor is for. It might be for sight while she's being camouflaged, but it just shatters off of her face. And you can hear like the sound of like metal fatigue as it starts squeezing. But then Bato gets to save the day once in this series.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now.
He turns up with I don't have any gun words for this. It's an artillery piece.
Yeah.
The shells look like they belong to a howitzer.
It looks like he should be mounting that thing on a mech. It doesn't look like he should be holding that.
It doesn't appear. It almost doesn't look like it has like a proper trigger system.
Bato arrives with his fuck it launcher.
Yeah.
And it is effective enough that it like immediately incapacitates the tank. And he's talking to Motoko while she's on the ground. She's like her fucking arms are gone and she can't move her neck anymore. So she's just looking at him and not moving her mouth and talking directly into his brain. And she's just like, where did you get that thing? And he's just like, oh, the guys in the tech lab made it, and then I added it to my private collection.
The only word I could use to describe it in my brain was like a tank hole puncher.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I want to say, like, so after the tank goes down, it kind of like slumps. And then we get this one shot where we see its gun arm, and like oil drips from it, like it's bleeding out. I don't know. It
Mhm.
was a really good shot.
Yeah.
We have to describe the end of the film now because a
Oh
number
my
of things
God.
are happening at the same time. Motoko wants to dive the Puppet Master. The Puppet Master is unharmed and also was zipped up in a bag, which is like kind of terrifying and dehumanizing.
Mhm.
Very Laura Palmer moment. Motoko wants to dive the Puppet Master to figure out what the fuck is going on with it. The helicopter pilot has said, "Hey, 3 Section 6 helicopters are coming up and they are not answering comms." We cut to the Section 6 helicopters and they are juicing up their snipers. They're literally just like, "All right, start the flow of beta blockers.
Yeah.
God.
Stabilize your heart rates." This is reminiscent of a scene from Standalone Complex. By the way, if y'all watch any of it, find the one from season 2 about I think it's the Gigabachi helicopter, the sniper helicopter, and its argument with Saito. Anyway, they're coming up. They clearly have orders to kill not only the Puppet Master, but to just fucking blow Motoko away as well. Because I think they have an inkling of what she's trying to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bato hooks them up together, hooks himself up to the fucking dead tank pilot, and he says, "I can't give you backup, but I can monitor the situation through this guy's brain."
Yeah, just the way like brains are reduced to objects.
That's rough. That's rough, buddy. And he hooks them up, and she dives in and doesn't find him initially. Takes control of the Puppet Master's mouth and speaks through that body for a second. But in turn, the Puppet Master decides to speak through Motoko's body. And they have a little tete-a-tete about how basically as a newborn, as a new being, it has determined that it lacks the capabilities of real life, specifically reproduction and death. It wants to make more of itself, but it doesn't know how. It lacks the capability to do so.
And because like if it were to just copy itself, that's just
Be
the same
meaningless.
thing again. It wants something
It would
different.
It would be vulnerable.
It goes back to the over specialization, right? Like just making more of itself isn't actually.
Well, while they talk about this, they do a slow pan up the tree of life on the wall.
Yeah.
Not subtle.
So it's decided to make Motoko an offer that they fuse together. They become an entirely new creature. And Motoko's just like, well, it sounds like you get a lot more out of this than I do. And he just says, you don't understand the depths of my capabilities. And as he says that, Bato notices that fucking like laser markers are appearing on both of them, tracking up to their foreheads. And he goes, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
And as the Puppet Master says that, all of the screens in the sniper helicopters bug out. And he says, you don't understand the sum total of knowledge that I have seen. To a human, it would be like staring into the sun.
Yeah, good metaphor.
I
love a good metaphor.
So we're not exactly privy to all of this. Motoko sounds concerned to a certain degree, but
she's
seems
like, well, this like you'll die, but I'll also die.
It's
in a sense.
How can I guarantee that I'll be the same? And he says, why would you want to?
Yeah.
And if you die, I'll also achieve death.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I am getting big Nier Automata vibes from this scene in particular. Makes me want to revisit that game.
And as he says that, obviously he lets go of the hack on the sniper robots because they just blow them the fuck away. Bato like notices at the last second and he throws his arm over Motoko and the bullet just blows his forearm straight the fuck off and her head goes sailing across the screen.
And all the while she is seeing like visions of like feathers and like
of like an angel descending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's almost what the Puppet Master kind of is.
Yeah,
like an angel, a being with like no birth and no death.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we see from Motoko's perspective, now on the ground across the room, Bato run up to her, and then the fucking movie cuts away to black, and I was just like, "Is this how this fucking ends?" I forgot.
This is not how it ends. There is a little more.
There's a little more, because we come back to a scene, with a view down like a long hallway, and as we come up to it, we realize it looks like a porcelain doll, of like a young girl that looks like Motoko.
Mhm.
And as we close in on her, her head suddenly moves, and we see Bato come in from like the side of the frame wearing like a fun sweater, like a big like coral pink cable net sweater.
Yeah, I
And
think
he's
this
just
is
like,
the most like casual wear we see in the whole film.
oh, Bato's got fits if you look. During the boat scene, he was wearing like a camouflage tank top under his jacket.
Mhm.
Motoko's fits are great too. Like I really appreciate her button over jacket from the beginning of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, yeah, I'm sorry about the body. It's the most I could. It's the best I could find on the black market.
Yeah.
And he explains to her, it's just like, yeah, Section 6 and Section 9 kind of ironed this out. They called it a terrorist attack. The foreign minister resigned for his part. The only loose ends were your old shell. Clearly, Bato just dug her out of there and said she was fucking dead.
Yeah.
And she says, somebody around here's got good taste. Is this your safe house? And she's like, you're the first person I've ever let come here. You can stay as long as you like. She says, no, Bato, I don't think I'll take you up on that. I'm gonna go. He says, all right. He's like, wait a second. Are you really Motoko? She says, kind of. I'm something else. I'm neither. And she's after he offers her a car, whichever one she likes, she steps outside and just says, I wonder where the newborn will go now. And that's the end of the film after a pan over the city, where I'm sitting here just thinking like huge brain thoughts about like damn, that shit's crazy, dog.
Honestly, like, it's a surprisingly positive ending to like how great, like, all of the bad things that happened in
Yeah,
this.
like
This is like a
Yeah.
hopeful ending.
like all of the violence and intrigue that happened simply because Section 6 didn't want to be embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, the comment of like, oh, I would have given it to them if they just let me take a disposition is like,
Yeah, Aramaki just wanted a
when did this
statement.
happen?
Like, they didn't want to be embarrassed, and also like they kind of created a being.
They
Yeah.
created something that they didn't fully understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
And it was making me think about like when the manga released, it released in like 1989, right before like not widespread spread, but like any adoption of the internet at all. And the concepts it's playing with are still like relevant. Some of the concepts in like Neuromancer were dead by 1995.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
this shit is prescient.
Yes, extremely.
the bit where it's like, I'm not an AI, I'm like a being, like an actual conscious being created from the internet,
Yes.
is like really funny these days.
Oh
'Cause,
yeah,
like,
these days it's very
Yeah.
weird.
Sam Altman's saying AI, he thinks he's trying to make this, and it's like, no, dude.
Sam Altman, if you made this, it would kill you.
Will kill you. And I appreciate the detail of the fact that like they had to invent cyber brains first, and then the AI was able to show up in one
Yes.
because the infrastructure for thought and personality was there, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
They had to create basically an armature for somebody's natural brain before it could
Right.
evolve that way.
right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. As someone who is really into sci-fi and like the details of sci-fi, there's just a lot of really good details in this movie of like
Extremely. really good.
They thought through the consequences of their world building. It's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm here for this movie because it's hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah, also that, haunting,
Absolutely.
existential,
Like I said, I was one shot by the intro again.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the two of you who have just seen this for the first time, what have you got about it?
I
This is so hard to talk about because what else am I supposed to this is obviously a master, but I can see why it's one of your favorites of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why you watched this and Akira back to back and was like, holy shit, anime must all be good, right?
All of anime is great.
Oops, you started with some of the best ones.
Do you know what
Whoops.
my next one was?
Let's hear it.
A 3 DVD set of the 1997 Berserk anime.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
Oops.
This is how I started watching Gundam with Witch from Mercury and then Turn A Gundam.
And then I found a really weird Eroge that scared me.
Yeah.
Blockbuster Video was a strange place, so we could start watching anime.
Did any of y'all ever have Hollywood Video?
I did not have I don't think I had a Hollywood
I think
Video.
we had maybe it wasn't Hollywood Video. We might have had Hollywood Video, but I don't know. Damn, this is really a movie. All I can say is that this is really a movie that's just gonna be cooking in my brain now.
You're gonna be
Yeah,
thinking
same.
about it.
I the second that the credits started to roll, I was like, damn, I kind of want to watch that a second time.
Yeah.
I need to see it and see more.
In a row.
Mm-hmm.
This is of course going to be a very interesting comparison piece because I want to watch the new anime by Science Saru soon, as soon as I can on the podcast. I think it's very funny because people have been making a lot of comparisons between that and this because they didn't know that the Major could be goofy.
This movie was my first exposure to Ghost in the Shell, and then when I happened to pick up the first volume of the manga, I was very confused for a little bit.
We could talk about also the author Shiro's behavior, which is very funny. Basically, I've seen a lot of really brain dead takes about this is the way the Major is supposed to be. No, she's supposed to be like she is in the Oshi movie. No, she's supposed to be like she is in the manga. But my favorite is the fact that Shiro has literally never talked to any director at all about how the character or story should be presented. Now, you could make an argument that that's because he is too busy drawing the lankiest, oiliest women you've ever seen.
And good for him, and good for him.
And good for me.
Yeah.
I like to think that his position is that any sufficiently well executed interpretation of the story is good. And that's my position.
You know what? Yeah.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what?
Now, speaking of which,
fuck.
Oh, sorry.
All
no.
of us have so many thoughts. This kind of makes me want to revisit Ghost in the Shell standalone complex too. I must.
Sure. You should. It suffers in some parts because a lot of it's very good action, some very good mystery, but a lot of it is very heady philosophical conversations, and sometimes it's not translated very well.
Yeah, I get that. And also, they're doing the episodic thing, which might, I don't know.
I definitely recommend watching at least the first season.
Yeah,
The second season is a little weird. It's got a Turbo Section 6 villain. He's very fucking scary, and he says a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, now one by one. Emma, points. You.
Me? I just was gonna say, has anybody seen the Scarlett Johansson one?
No. God.
Oh no.
So I haven't seen the Scarlett Johansson one. However, an acquaintance of mine and yours is actually in that movie as an extra.
Oh yeah, Brawley
which I
was in
think
that.
is crazy.
Whoa, really?
Wait, who was it
Yeah.
again?
It was Finn, and he was one of the monks.
Holy shit.
No one
Wow.
remembers Brawley. Points. Samus, you go.
I forget what I was gonna say, but
Aw,
thumbs
man.
up.
Excellent movie. I
Yes.
love it. One of my favorites
Great-
of all time.
Great experience.
Psychologically formative for me.
And we talked about it for an hour.
We
almost
talk about
an
it
hour and
for
a
an
half.
hour like we're supposed to. That's
Yeah,
our
that's
job.
how bonus
Hey.
episodes
That's
go,
our job
usually.
here at Section 38. Media Analysis Police.
Oh man, when do I get my cyber body?
I don't know. That shit ain't in the budget.
I got mine after I transferred from Section 34.
I see.
You know, we do already have Craig, I guess.
So yeah, if you'd like to hack our ghosts, you can do so at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
You can't do that. It's one the word, not the number. Don't hack our ghosts, please and thank you. If you'd like to attempt to give us all existential crises, you probably shouldn't do that, but you could attempt it at One Episode Cast at Twitter. We're on Blue Sky, and we will be mad at you if you make.
You shouldn't try that shit.
Don't make us think.
I'm gonna
we have fake
retaliate, and
wives.
your face is gonna be covered by a weird logo in every piece of camera footage you ever see.
You know what you can do? You can sick a weird dog on us.
One of my main concerns coming away from the film is the way that everybody can telepathically talk to each other. I don't think I could trust my friends to have a constant line directly into my brain at all times. Because I just feel like one of you motherfuckers would just come on in the middle of the workday and just scream real loud into my brain.
I need you, Emma. I need you to know something. This is considered in Standalone Complex, and it is solved by, I shit you not, characters saying, "I'm going autistic mode," and turning it all off.
Wait, no, she does that
I'm
in the
always
film.
saying this.
She did that in the movie. She turned off the comms.
I do that all the time. That's why I don't text back.